Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul, where we have our discussion, meditation, and a little bit of Q&A towards the end. Welcome TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. If you like the content that you hear today, remember to like, subscribe, follow, whatever floats your boat. It's very interesting, what this shirt, when they had us make this shirt, they told us you have to write this and put it on a t-shirt. This statement that you are love is a very powerful consideration. And what we want to get you to evaluate today is that you are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are not you. Your thoughts are not you. This becomes very important to consider, because what makes us all different is the contents of our mind, which gives rise to the character that we display to the world. This is very important. That is really the only distinction from one individual to another, is the nature and quality of their thoughts, because that forms and shapes the character that you express as while in this physical dimension. Now, about 95% of the thoughts that are in your mind are not even yours. Think about that. 95% of the thoughts that are in your mind are not even yours. Yes, I will do that too. And if you start from there, then everything else that's going to be spoken about today will make complete and perfect sense for you. That why you are confused, or why you are happy, or why you're sad, most of these things have nothing to do with something that you've done as a choice. It's something that has been trained into you by your environment, the books you've read, what your parents, your teachers, your friends, your family, radio, video, television, all of these things loan themselves to constructing the personality that you currently perceive yourself as being right now. And our goal is very simple today: to facilitate you becoming aware of and accepting that truth from your own perspective of observation. Secondarily, to give you the opportunity to begin a process of reshaping and resculpting your mind so that it gives you peace, clarity, and creativity. Now, these might sound like very big goals, but I will tell you something right now that I've learned in these last 4.5 years since I've been guided and receiving information from ascended masters and others, that when you begin to experience peace in your mind, the type of thinking and the type of actions that you'll begin to perform are very different. The things that you'll say and do from a state of love are very different than what you will do from a state of fear. So most of the thoughts in your mind are polarized between love and fear. And that is information that you've mostly gleaned from the environment. There's a small percentage of your thoughts, your inclinations, your memories, your emotions that come from previous lifetimes. That is, other incarnations that you had. You carry a thumbprint, you might say, from other lifetimes of experience. But even they, with enough understanding and awareness, become amenable. That is, they become amenable to your authoritative consciousness asserted over your mind and your body. What you're finding yourself living in, what a lot of people call the matrix, is quite simply this collage of information and ideation that you live in, that everyone lives in. Every single human soul is in the same matrix. We all experience it differently. But the fundamental principle is that your thoughts are not you. Your thoughts are not you. If you can come to an understanding of this, then what will follow will make perfect sense and give you an opportunity to get free of your suffering. Most of your suffering is not because of the world. Most of your suffering is because you simply do not know how to differentiate between the thoughts in your mind and your capacity to operate your own mind independent of what the environment is telling you to think or not to think. Because the environment is constantly telling you what to think or not to think. And this results in your confusion. Because much of what the environment is telling you to think or not to think is insanity. It is not in alignment with who you are as a spiritual entity. It is certainly in alignment, most of it, with what you are as a biological entity, that is, as a sense-pleasure organism. That is, you use your senses to experience this world exclusively. That the sensation of good, the sensation of pain. These sensations have become the dominant factor from which most human thinking originates. Sense pleasure rather than intelligence. Now, every one of you is naturally very intelligent in your true nature. And the moment you begin to assert that intelligence by way of quiet observation over your thoughts, a process of deliberate editing over what you will allow to occupy space in your mind, for what is in your mind determines the functions of your biology. Let us repeat that. What is in your mind determines the functions of your biology. The thoughts, the memories, the emotions interact with your biology so as to have it act in a specific way according to those thoughts, those memories, those emotions. What you are not taught is that those thoughts, those memories, those emotions are amenable and subjective to change through your own authority over them. That is, you can begin to assert authority and idea, information over your thoughts, your memories, and therefore your emotions, to begin to reshape your own character into the image and likeness of what you truly are, which is a function of love, a function of life. Think about this now. You are a function of life. Life is that which gives us the air, the water. It allows you to exist. And you are it, and it is you. And you have the opportunity to shape that life uniquely, independent of what your environment is asserting that you should believe or not believe. To come to an understanding that your thoughts are not you leads to the next conclusion then, that if your thoughts are not you and your thoughts cause certain emotional experiences in your biology, in your functioning, then if you learn to change your thoughts, you can ultimately learn to change the underlying emotional currents that for many of you drive you unknowingly. Why? Many of you are being driven by certain emotions that you do not know where they originated from or why. And we would tell you that a very simple way to determine the source of where most of your emotions are coming from is to look at your environment and what it is telling you to believe or not to believe. What is your environment telling you to believe or not to believe? Is it telling you to believe that you should eat certain things? Is it telling you to believe that you should speak to people in a certain way? Is it telling you to believe that you are good or bad, or that you are not sufficient? Or is it telling you that you are splendid and wondrous? The functions of thoughts, when they generate electrical charges in the form of emotions, constitute your behavior. And your behavior is what you do towards the world around you, and even sometimes towards your own biology. Many of your emotions get self-inverted, many emotions which you did not consciously select or choose, because you did not select or choose 95% of the thoughts that are in your mind today are not even yours. And by a simple evaluative process, by a simple mechanism of understanding how your mind and body are designed by nature to follow your directions, you can begin a process of editing your mind into a new personality. Now, there will be some that will say it is very difficult to create a new personality, and if you believe you are the sum total of your thoughts alone, they would be correct. But you are not your thoughts. You are a spiritual consciousness, an awareness able to assert authority over what thoughts will occupy your mind about yourself and the world around you. And this evaluative process, at least what we are calling this evaluative process today, is a form of meditation, teaching your mind to be still and to be quiet. Teaching your mind to be still and to be quiet, to not leave the direction of your mind towards the environment. That is, to not allow the environment to define for you what your mind is or what you should think or not think. But by your own consciousness, begin that process of internal assessment. These changes in thoughts when sustained sufficiently enough, begin to result in changes in emotional qualities that you experience within your body. Because your emotions are not felt out in the world, you feel them within you. You're observant of them, and they are products of either the thoughts you have in your own mind or the products of thoughts that others are giving to you. So it becomes very important to begin to assess what thoughts in your mind, if they were there, would cause you to feel good about yourself. And what are the thoughts in your mind that are causing you to feel bad about yourself, and where did they originate? If 95% of the thoughts in your mind are not yours, that's a pretty big chunk of information in your mind that you are in a position to change at any time. But many of you are dependent solely upon agencies outside of yourself to determine what you should think or not think. Very few of you, in fact, have understood the process of inductive or deductive mechanisms of thinking and thought. That you can choose to think a thought and change an electrical charge in your mind as an act of your will is a given. Once you've applied the process sufficiently enough, you'll understand you can change any emotional energy inside yourself. But this process of differentiating yourself from the information in your mind and what the world is telling you or communicating to you that you should or should not be, do or not do, feel or not feel, that distinction allows you to find liberation. Liberation and differentiation from the contents of your mind allows you to reshape your character. The mind the world has made for you is constituted what they call your character. You are a soul that can reshape your own character. It has been done many times. There are many that have changed their character by changing their mind. There's a distinction between you as an awareness and the contents of your mind. Character is a conscious choice about what thoughts you will choose to think, what ideas you will choose to believe. They will construct a personality, and that personality gets called the character that you play. And you can change that character, no matter how terrible you might think your character is, you can still change it. No matter how bad you might think your life is, the moment you begin the process of changing your mind, you begin a process of changing your world, for the intimate connection between your world and your internal mind is a very exact replica. What is going on within you is going on around you, and vice versa. Until you come to that place of discernment where you begin to say, wait, these thoughts, these ideas, these beliefs are not conducive to the being that I want to feel myself as being, because your thoughts create the emotional content of your character, and the emotional content of your character determines whether or not you feel good or you do not feel good. Your thinking causes your emotions. When you are screaming at somebody, the anger that you feel is your own creation and not because of the other. And so we will loan ourselves today for a few moments, but we are going to ask some of you now to do something. I'm putting something up on the screen on YouTube as they continue to put this information through. I want you to do this while you're listening, because this is the very, very first step to learning to take authority over your thinking mind again, instead of letting the world run it. To take deliberate authority over your thinking mind. It's very simple. Once you've done it enough times, your mind and body will learn from you how you need them to be, rather than being manipulated and controlled by your environment. So we want you to just get your body in a position that's comfortable, and then take a long, slow, deep breath. And as you draw that breath in and fill your lungs completely, when you exhale, give your body permission to relax on the exhale. So you draw your breath in, and then exhale. And as you exhale, give all the muscles permission to relax as you exhale. And so each breath that you take now on the exhale, give more and more muscles permission to relax. The muscles in your face, the muscles in your neck, in your shoulders, in your arms. With each breath, deliberately direct the muscles in your body to relax. The same way as you can tell your body to pick up a glass of juice or a smoothie, you can tell your body to relax. It's designed to follow your orders. Your body's designed to follow your orders. So keep breathing slowly and deeply and allowing the body to relax. This is the beginning sequence of getting yourself ready so that you can begin to reshape your mind. The first step is to get the body into a position where it's open and receptive to your awareness. So with each breath now, continue to allow the body to relax. Any tensions come or the body gets nervous or itchy, just give it a breath and relax. So let's say you get tension in the chest, well, breathe. And then as you exhale, give the chest permission to relax. And any tensions that come up in the body, just use your breath, draw the breath in, and as you exhale, allow that part of the body to relax. And you continue in that process, because sometimes in the beginning, for those of you who've never done this before, the body may be resistant to this because it's been trained to be afraid or anxious or depressed or uneasy. And so you're literally teaching the body how to relax, to follow your instructions. And you want to keep doing that breathing, just slowly and deeply. As the body relaxes more and more, the next step will be to turn your attention to your thoughts, your memories, and your emotions. And you're going to apply the same process using your breath to your thoughts, to your memories, to your emotions. That is, you breathe into the space of your mind. Like you can imagine that you can breathe the air into the space in the middle of your head. So you draw your breath in to where all your thoughts, your memories, emotions are. And as you exhale, you allow all the thoughts, all the memories, all the emotions to just dissipate. Just exhale them out. Imagine you could just exhale all those thoughts out of the mind. All those memories out of the mind, all those emotions out of the mind. So that each breath now is doing two things: relaxing the body further and releasing thoughts, memories, and emotions. And that's all we want you to do right now, is that breathing. Your ability to analyze will not be inhibited. Your ability to hear what we're saying will not be inhibited by your doing this process. If anything, it will enhance your ability to retain this information, because you will not have thoughts, memories, emotions, and physical tensions in the way of your ability to hear and perceive information. So just continue to breathe into the space of the mind. And as you exhale, give all the thoughts, all the memories, all the emotions permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. You can even think that thought as you exhale. Be still, be quiet, be peaceful. And you continue with your attention focused on that thought and the breathing. Breathing in, releasing the thoughts, being still, quiet, peaceful. Giving your mind permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. And become aware that as you allow the tensions to leave the body through the breath, and as you allow thoughts and memories, emotion to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, you're going to start to feel a different sensation, a different awareness than the familiarity you have of the thoughts, that noise that goes on in the background normally. The more you apply this process, the quieter and calmer your mind and body will begin to become. The challenge that some of you might face is that your emotions and your thoughts may be so powerful that your process of breathing may need to be more focused and deliberate. And the thought that you use as you exhale, be still. And the way you use this thought, be still, be quiet, be peaceful. Speak gently to your mind. Even if it's really noise, don't get noisy. If the thought's really loud or the emotions are really strong, don't get angry at them. Just breathe slowly and deeply and give them permission. I give you permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, and give them that thought in a gentle way. So think that thought: I give you permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. And you repeat that thought, and always you'll notice when you exhale how much easier it is to release tension from the body and to release thoughts from the mind. You notice it's always on the exhale. There's a process of releasing tension from the body, releasing anything in the system. That's what you're using your breath for. What we want you to do is to go deeply into that process of breathing, giving your mind, your memories, your emotions, and your body permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, to be open and receptive to your awareness. And we say to your awareness because you are the awareness that has the mind and body that you're working with right now. And so you want your mind and body to surrender to you, not to the world, to you, so that it begins to feel your authority, your carrying authority over. Because a lot of people, when they're frustrated or upset, they get angry at their upset and frustration, and that simply creates more. So what you really want to do is use your breath, give your mind, your memories, your emotions, your body permission to relax as you exhale. And just continue in that process, and we'll continue laying a few more conceptual foundations for you to consider. You do not have to worry about trying to remember what we're saying, but simply allow yourself to feel the vibration that we're transmitting. The vibration contains the state. The vibration contains the state that we're transmitting out to you, which you can receive if you choose to. But that process of breathing slowly and deeply gives you the opportunity to experience your mind and body relaxing and letting go under your direction. This is the goal, to reclaim authority over your thinking mind, your emotions, and your physical body. That's the simple process today. As you begin to do this and you continue the breathing and the relaxing, you might start to feel sensations like tingling sensations throughout your body, like this gentle tingling. And that tingling is a sign that the conventional tensions and thoughts and emotions that you normally have are beginning to be released, and the body's restoring itself to its natural vibrational state. When you feel that tingling sensation in your hands, your feet, in your chest, in your head, or some of you might feel lightheadedness or start to see colors, it is because you're stepping out of the contents of your mind, and your mind and body are surrendering to you, and you're beginning to experience how they feel naturally when they're not cluttered with unnecessary thoughts and emotions, and you're giving them permission to rest, to be still, to be open, to be receptive. As you train your body into this process, you begin to experience your mind and body in a way that is unique to you. It's no longer experiencing the mind that the world has given you. You're teaching and establishing a new mind in the consciousness of your biology and the molecules of your psychology. The benefits to this are almost immediate, in that as the body relaxes, as you give your thoughts, your memories, your emotions permission to be still. And always, when you're giving your thoughts, your memories permission to be still, make certain you're doing it on the exhale. So you're just saying, I give you permission to be still, to be quiet, to be calm, to be peaceful. Give it permission. Give your mind permission to be still, to be quiet. It might be resistant at first because it's so used to not being directed or controlled by you. It might take a few minutes for you to begin to experience the sensations that we're talking about. But we can assure you that if you are paying close attention and feeling the vibration that we are transmitting, that you will feel a certain internal calmness, because we are connecting to that essence in you that is the same as the essence in us. The function of love is what you are, not the function of fear. Your mind and your body are the instruments that you have in your possession to use to create, to offer your life, your light, your love, your creativity to this world. Just gently continue that process of breathing. If you are feeling more relaxed, more calm, more open and receptive, that is your evidence that what we are saying works, that you are able to assert an authority, a loving authority over your thoughts, your memories, your emotions, and your body. You're able to assert that authority and experience how the body and mind become quiet, calm, and more peaceful as you begin to assert your authority over it, instead of defaulting to allowing the world to tell you what to think, to feel, to believe. As you begin to gain a fundamental awareness of your own ability to alter and change your thinking mind, to alter and change the way emotions and memory affect you, you begin to reclaim your function as a sentient being, as an individual soul here to experience the function of creation in a physical dimension, which is exactly what you are here to do, to remember that you are a creating intelligence, and that your mind is the only thing that distinguishes you while in the body from one to another. Your mind is the only distinguishing feature that allows you to recognize each other as separate individuals. Your bodies likewise follow that same function, that your bodies are unique individuals, that you as awareness by nature have authority over your thinking mind and your physical body and your emotional energy. Reacquiring or remembering that this is true puts you back into the position you were designed to be in, that is, of a creator in a physical dimension. You did not come here to be subservient to the ideas, the whims, and the beliefs of other people. So to what degree and extent you can allow yourself to receive the vibrations of peace, love, and calm and stillness through the vibration we are transmitting, let that be so. To the degree and extent that you can listen to what we are saying and give your mind and body permission to be still, to be quiet, to be open, to be receptive to your awareness, to the degree that you use your breath to experience your mind getting quieter, your emotions getting calmer, your body getting more peaceful. This gives you experience to know that we are not simply saying words to you, that you are able to establish in your own physical system a change in consciousness, a change in emotion, a change in state, perhaps from depression or fear to a state of calm, to a state of love, to a state of euphoria, to a state of peace. As you gain that recognition that you have that authority, then the personality that the world has given you does not have to be the sole source of your identity. In other words, you do not have to simply accept everything the world has told you to believe about yourself. You can define, refine ideas and demonstrate their effect creatively in the world. That there are ideas that will cause things that are good in your life, and there are ideas that will cause things that are bad in your life. But you can only come to that discernment when you start to become sensitive to the nature and quality of thoughts and the quality of emotional energy that those thoughts stimulate into existence, as certain thoughts predispose the organization of electrical particles into such a fashion that you perceive them as emotions. That is, certain thoughts that are really good generate electromagnetic particles that feel good. Certain thoughts that are not so good will generate electromagnetic particles that do not feel so good. And those electromagnetic particles become the emotions that are products of those thoughts. Now, again, we started out by saying to you that 95% of the thoughts that are in your mind are not even yours. You did not choose them. They were given to you. And this is the time to start to remember that you are not your thoughts, that your thoughts are by nature designed to be edited, changed, added, subtracted, deleted, created. You have the ability and the consciousness to redefine the types of thoughts that you would like to hold in your mind. This is a very interesting part of the process and a very beginning step for most, the understanding that your thoughts are under your dominion of authority, and therefore your emotions likewise are under the dominion of your authority, a loving authority, we would add, that your authority should not be based in fear or anger. Your authority should be based in love and compassion and peace, if that is the energy you wish to experience. But we've been watching a lot of you, how you're going through your days upset and frustrated at that person, this thing, and that policy, and it's not too much fun for most of you. And you have to do more of that to try and get some illusionary semblance of feeling good. But the only way you can truly feel good is to be in proper authority of your own thinking. That is where you can generate emotional qualities that you can look in the mirror and say, I really like who I see in the mirror today because of the thoughts that are in my mind. Remember, it is easy for you to begin from this state of consciousness if you've been following what we've been saying and you are doing what we suggested you do. Then your mind and your body are relatively calmer and quieter right now, less distracted or disturbed. And from this perspective, you can begin to become more sensitive to the nature and quality of thoughts that you have in your own mind, but also you become very sensitive to the nature and quality of the thoughts that are being given to you by the world, by other people, by other organizations, by other groups, where the nature and quality of their thoughts have very specific emotional constituent parts that get manifested as a result of those thoughts. So be very mindful about which thoughts you will entertain in your mind, for each thought has its own unique manifestation of electrical energy, the stuff we call emotion that you experience in your mind and in your bodies. And this substance of emotion is responsible for what each and every one of you does in every moment of your lives. The nature and quality of the emotions that are harbored in your body as a result of the qualities of thoughts in your mind give rise to all human actions, good and evil, are products of very specific qualities of thought. And the moment you change a specific quality of thought, you can change a specific quality of emotion. We cannot make it any simpler than this. And yet, it can be a very difficult thing to understand if you are so caught up in your suffering and you believe that that is who you are. If you believe that you are your thoughts, then it becomes very difficult to do as we are saying. But if you come to the awakening, this point of awareness where you begin to realize you are not your thoughts, you are the thinker. Your thoughts are the substance that creates energy that you call emotions, that you have the capacity to alter and change thoughts. And if you can sustain that change in thought, you'll sustain a change in energy. That is, your emotional state will begin to shift from one to another. You can be in a very depressed state. And if you understand what we are saying, you can literally change the thoughts, the emotions, the energy itself from one state into another. This one here has gone through this multiple times before we came to work with him and through him. Multiple times he was in very deep, dark, dire spaces in his existence from which he learned to move himself out, as can anyone. It does not matter how far down in depth of darkness you have sunk. You can lift yourself up by understanding what we are saying, that you have the capacity to alter and change the thoughts in your mind. This influence will extend also to how memories influence and affect and shape your behavior, and the emotions that are connected with memories, for you can change those as well. Memory is what memory is, but the emotional electrical charge connected to memory is subjective to change. We teach much of this through these programs. We have given this one to teach so that you can find a system of thinking that will guide you along this process. Our simple offering today is this: to give yourself the remembering of the authority that you are over your own mind and body, to breathe slowly and deeply, to give your body permission to be still, to be relaxed, to give your body permission to relax, to give your mind permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, using the mechanism of your breath, to draw your breath in and to release thoughts, memories, emotions, tensions from the body and mind. And using the instrument of your breath to do this, to gain the experiential awareness that you have authority over the thinking mind and the physical body, that you have a natural authority over them. And in this process of getting your mind and body into a position of consciousness where it is open and receptive to you, you can then begin a process of looking into it and evaluating the thoughts that you hold and asking yourself the question: is this thought of love? Is this thought of fear? Is this thought good? Is this thought that which will make others' lives better? Is this thought something that will improve the quality of my body, my mind, and my expression? Remember that once a thought is formed, it begins a process of generating electrical energy. And that electrical energy transforms into what you call emotional substance that directs the activities of your biology. All the activities of your biology are ultimately directed and interfered with and influenced by the nature and quality of the emotional energies that you stimulate into existence with your thoughts, or that get stimulated into existence by the thoughts of others. We cannot make it much simpler than this. But as you gain familiarity with being able to get your mind, your body, still, quiet, calm, peaceful, simply using the breath. It may be that you require a little bit more time and patience than others. Do not be discouraged if it doesn't work for you right away. You have to teach your mind and body a new way of existing under your direction instead of you feeling like you are burdened by your mind and body. Release your burden. Do not be the burden of your mind. Let your mind be renewed by your own thinking and creating You have the capacity to do this. You are a soul, a manifestation of an infinite living intelligence that gave you this world to experience your existence in and your creative process in. And so we would quite simply say to you, be still. Gain familiarity over your authority, over your mind and over your body. Gain this awareness that we speak of so that you may be free to create and live in this world as you truly desired when you first came here, to live from that consciousness that is based in a function of love. That is your true nature and your true function. Yes, we will. We will go into questions and answers in just a moment. I just want to let them summarize here. This is so important that you understand this, that you are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are mostly given to you. Most of the thoughts, that, like they're saying, 90% of our thoughts were given to you. 90%, 90 to 95% of your thoughts were given to you. They're not yours. And you now have to go through a process of changing, altering, and reorganizing those thoughts so that they are more functional for you, that they allow you to live a better life. Because most of the thoughts that people are being fed by mass media communications, by politicians, by so-called healers. And when I say so-called healers, I mean those in the organized medical systems. They originally came, most of the doctors on this planet originally came because they wanted to heal, to learn the practice of healing. And they got caught up in the seduction of big business and big money and acquiring power and control. And yet they came here to heal. But how can one know who they are if they're simply caught up in all the thinking you've been given? That is, the personality that you have right now, the beautiful soul that you are, believes you are the personality that was given you by the world. That 95% of thoughts in your mind, you believe that that's who you are, and it is not. That is not who you are. You are a sentient being, able to assert dominion and authority over your thoughts, your memories, emotions. And the world is caught up in its own insanity. The world mind, the collective unconsciousness of your species, is caught up in itself, caught up in its own thinking mind, forgetting how to discern between the thinker and the thoughts, the creator and the creation. It's very important to make that distinction. Yes. For those of you that are wondering, that was the Galactic Federation, and I want to thank them for coming. So I'm going to go over to questions, answer. Morning, everybody. Hi, SJK. Good to see you. It's like Dr. Bruce Lipton says, most of the time we operate from programming we received when we were young. Absolutely. Absolutely. But most people never get a chance to assess that. Most people never stop to evaluate. Most people never stop to evaluate their own thoughts or even question, where do your thoughts come from? And are they good? Are they the right thoughts to be thinking? Oh, wonderful. Somebody's saying, hello, yesterday my baby Dylan in spirit came and gave me a kiss. Any message from him? Thank you. He's telling me to tell you to remember what you felt in the kiss, as this was the message. His higher self is communicating that right now. Remember the sensation you felt at the kiss. That is the message. And if he's saying if you truly feel it, you'll understand that what he offered you is the deep gratitude and bliss of his love. The deep gratitude and bliss of his love. Wow, I love that. Thank you, Abigail. Really appreciate that. So I'm just for questions. Why do I keep dreaming my mom's death and funeral? And in my dream, I am crying a lot. Yeah, that's a good question. And the answer I'm getting to tell you, it is not about your mother's death. It's about releasing from yourself certain ideas and beliefs that you acquired from her that do not serve you in your life. Many of the ideas and beliefs that you've acquired from the people around you do not serve you. And you need to let them be buried. Let the dead bury the dead. Let the old thoughts be gone. You must release the thoughts, the beliefs, the ideas in your mind that you have received from your mother that do not serve you. You must release them. Let those old thoughts go. Right? Wow, I like that. It's really cool. Being able to take old thoughts, old memories, old emotions that we've gotten. I had lots of thoughts, beliefs, ideas my mother gave me. I had to let those ideas go. I had to surrender them. And you don't have to wait. Don't have to wait until you get 3/4 of the way through your lifetime to learn this stuff. For those of you that are in our younger audience, please share this information with others. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video if you like the content. Get it out there to people. For younger people, that distinction between you as awareness and you as thoughts becomes very, very important. Without that distinction of awareness, you cannot think critically. You cannot evaluate thoughts. And most people are just caught up in a belief system that somebody's given them. Yeah, surrender that. Surrender that. You're going to find the crying will stop. The crying will stop, I promise you. Yeah, you're going to find a lot of common denominators. One of the things I love about these beings when they communicate through me is you look at Jesus and Buddha, Lao Tzu, Zarathustra, many great masters, Yogananda, many great teachers that are not in physical embodiment, right, but they still exist in consciousness. That they all have essentially the same message to give us. That distinction between who you are as a body, who you are as a mind, and what you are as a soul. They all came to get us to become aware of that. These beings that are speaking to us today now are the same thing. Make that first step. You are not your thoughts. You are the thinker. 95% of your thoughts are not yours. Learn to change your thoughts. And for those of you that are here, if you're still breathing and relaxing and teaching your body, remember what they said earlier. Breathe slowly, breathe deeply, get the body to relax. Then do the same thing with the mind. Release thoughts, release memories, release emotions with your breath. That begins to put you back into a position where your mind and your body are not captivating your attention in them, where you begin to step back from them. That's what this process they've given us today allows us to do. Let's just step back into our position of authority, of awareness, of consciousness over our mind and body. Yeah, changing your thoughts becomes very, very important. Yes, they do say this to her constantly. Yes, I do get that a lot. Someone's saying, Natka's saying, I don't have support. How to live with this? Again, if you're listening very carefully, it's not about how to live with the not support. You have to become the support. Your mind and body depend on you to direct them. Most people depend upon their mind and body to direct them. That's madness. Your mind and body are designed to be your servants, not your master. So listen, go back when this video is finished, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, and watch this video when it gets put up on the site. Or any video that was done on a Saturday, watch them. They all instruct the simple steps on how to get the body and mind quiet. When your mind and body are quiet, calm, open, and receptive, you can give them new information. You can give your mind and body thoughts that you want them. Like if you knew how beautiful you are as a spiritual being, if you knew the beauty of what you are, if everyone knew their innate beauty, not what their body is, but your quintessential essential nature as a consciousness, as a soul. If you were to put your mind aside, your body aside, and just feel who you are, you'd be in bliss. You would truly be in bliss if you were not encumbered and enslaved by your thinking mind. You would see how incredible and beautiful and wondrous you are just by learning to get yourself extricated from the personality the world has created for you. Yes. Someone saying, my daughter is homeless and jobless in Toronto and has been there since November. What does the future hold for her? She's going to come through this. She's going to come through this. Have no fear towards her. Hold in your mind that the opportunities that she needs are coming to her now. This is what you must hold this in your mind. Put your fear aside. Don't transmit fear to your daughter. Parents do this to their children all the time. They transmit fear. They transmit guilt. They transmit hope and possibility, no matter where she is, that the opportunities that she needs are coming into her life right now. Put your attention on that. The opportunities my daughter needs even though she's jobless and homeless in Toronto, are coming to her now. Give that energy to your daughter. Feed that to her. If you're going to think about somebody, think well about them. Give them your love, your light, your energy. Don't give them, oh my God, I hope they're okay. Don't give them your fear. Give them your love. Give them your faith. Give them your compassion. We know you love your daughter. You wouldn't be asking us this question. But give that reality to her, that the opportunities that she needs are coming into her life right now. And the energy that you will transmit to her and what you will give to yourself will begin to change the circumstance. You must understand that thought generates energy. And that energy becomes an emotion. That emotion affects time, space, and matter. That is what your behavior does, doesn't it? It affects what you do, and what you do affects the world around you. Look at your great cities. Look at them. So the nature and quality of your thoughts, whether you're with a person or not, loans itself to influencing and affecting them. Very important to understand this. Much love to you and your daughter, and thank you for your question. Hi, William. Do my spirit team have a message for me about my mother who is terminally ill? Yes. We know you must understand that the physical body that you are in is not designed to live eternally. It is designed for a period of time where you acquire a certain degree of experience and knowledge and understanding. Your mother has reached that point in consciousness where she's acquired the knowledge that she's needed as a soul. The body is no longer necessary. In her case, this is in her case. And the challenge that she faces now is her love for you is equally as deep as your love for her. And in that, you may be holding her back from her journey because she does not wish to cause you any suffering. She does not wish to see you mourn that time where she goes on to the next stage of her journey. Would you be so bold as to lovingly and compassionately say, I'm here to support you in your journey, here or beyond. Let your love be that whether it is in this embodiment or another, that you would offer her your greatest support on her journey. Would you not do that for a dear friend that you know is going on a trip? You would offer them bon voyage. Would you not offer them that? Offer those you love your love, not your fear. It can be very difficult to let someone that you love in this embodiment to go. But when their time is, their time is. But assure her that her life does not end with the physical body ceasing to function. You see, your biology is simply an instrument that you use and harness while you're in this physical dimension. When it is no longer necessary, you move into a different state of being. And how do you think this physical body that we're speaking through is following our direction? We can orchestrate its actions while we are here. And when it is no longer necessary, we do not. It is very simple. It is very simple. But convey your mother, give her the assurances that her journey will be safe, beautiful, and wondrous. Let her know she has nothing to fear. The body is mortal, and it knows it is mortal. Your body knows it is mortal. You are not mortal, but the instrument that you use is, and you only use that instrument for the period of time that you require to gain the necessary skills and knowledge and wisdom that you need as you continue to evolve your consciousness. Why do I feel so unsettled? Hi, Carol. Carol, that feeling of unsettled that you're having right now, that feeling of unsettled, okay? Bring your attention to that feeling. Bring your attention to that feeling that feels unsettled. That's it. Bring your attention to it. And now communicate this thought. Communicate this thought to that unsettled feeling. I am with you. I love you, and I will not ignore you. Communicate that thought to your unsettled feeling. I'm with you. I love you. And I will not ignore you. And as you repeat that thought, become very aware of how that unsettled feeling responds to you. And then please share the experience of your response with others, that they may understand that these are not simply words coming from us, but the experience of another that has applied a process that we have suggested, so that they too may have the opportunity to liberate themselves from their unsettled emotions by the mere construct of a few thoughts that produce very specific energy. I'm with you. I love you. I will not ignore you. These thoughts create very specific electrical components that produce very specific emotions that alter and changes the body as it interacts with them. It alters and changes the energy developed by your thoughts. I love that. Thank you so much. Somebody's saying, will this video be saved to watch later? Do you see my father and grandparents around me? Yes, they are, Stacy. And the video will be saved on my YouTube channel. I'm in the process of getting ready to learn how to start doing TikTok shorts from some of the preceding videos I've done. But you can go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com / William Michael Forbes is where you'll find my YouTube channel. I'm having a difficult time differentiating between my commentator in my head and divine messages. You can hear by what you said that you've divided yourself into three parts. You've divided yourself into three parts. There is the commentator, which is what you call the background chatterbox in there, the one that's thinking about thinking and remembering and weighing and measuring. There's that component. And then there's the aspect of yourself that is observing that. And then there's the other part of you that you think is in opposition to that other part. We would simply say to you to take a deep breath, to turn your attention to all of that and simply say, in these words, speaking or thinking these words sincerely, be still, be quiet, be calm, be peaceful. I am with you. Communicate those thoughts to that triad you've got going on in your mind. Repeat those thoughts very deliberately and specifically so that you gain the experience that we speak of. For our words are useless if you do not experience them, then you would not understand the truth of them. But if you experience them, you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free. You're welcome, Lauren. Question from Danielle. My friend bought tribal pottery artifacts of Illinois, Ottawa, dug up in a field, 300 years. What was their use? I'm getting a dinner plate. I'm getting a dinner plate. Yes, they're telling me to say don't embellish the ceremonial nature of these things to be more than what they are. The sacredness of the food you consume is very important. When you put food on a plate, you are literally ceremonially offering that food up to your body. You are, so to speak, sacrificing that food to your body. Oh, I like that. It's really cool. Hi, Brad. How do I embrace my truth? I feel like I lack clarity and am not confident in what I should do. This is a great question, Brad. And again, a lot of people are dealing with this right now because most of the information that people have is not even theirs. Most of what you got in your mind about who you think you are was given to you by the world. But the process, I would highly encourage you, if you want to begin a process of gaining authority over your mind and body and gaining direction in your life, go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com. Check out our upcoming courses. We start our 101 Masterclass on Awakening, June 24th. Go sign up for that course. You will learn how to embrace these principles, apply them in your life in a safe and beautiful community environment where people like yourself are learning this process of developing how to connect with their guides, their angels, how to learn to transmit information and energy, how to receive new information, how to begin to operate your mind and body, how to overcome the old self, the old emotions that you struggle with. This is an amazing program, and I'm honored and privileged that I get to be the vehicle through which these masters teach this work. And yet everybody can be an open channel for that information. And again, love is your fundamental nature. But that process will pass, Brad. Like Literally, the confidence is something you have to build and create through constructive thoughts and actions. And if you don't know what those constructive thoughts and actions are, then you feel like you're just flailing in the wind. I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt personally. And what you really need to do is get into an environment where you're learning actively, learning to run your mind, your thinking, and getting familiarized with what really matters to you. What are the really important things to you? Not what the world says you should be or shouldn't be. You should be a doctor, you should be a lawyer, you should be this, you should be that. No. What did you come here for? You need to get back to that. And our master classes lead people back to that understanding of what you are and what your passion is. We got painters and artists and singers. We got lots of wonderful souls that have awakened to their journey. And don't leave yourself out in the cold. You did not come here to suffer. You came here to create. Great question, Brad. Thank you so much for asking it. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Someone's asking, I'm wondering if my grandma has a message for me. I often feel her around me and my daughter. Your daughter actually saw her quite a bit when she's really, really young, just starting out. Your grandmother was like almost in with her, experiencing it. But what do you have to say to her? What do you have to say to her today? Yeah, the blossoms. She's saying that there's blossoms. Go and smell the blossoms. I think they're lilacs. They're lilacs. I think these are lilacs. I thought they were roses, but I think they're lilacs. Get really close to the lilacs. Breathe that smell. She loves that smell. She loves that smell. When you breathe that smell and feel it, she'll feel the energy of that smell. She won't be able to smell it like you can because she doesn't have a nose, but she would like to re-experience the beautiful smell of lilacs, right? A lot of people don't know that when you experience the vibration, you transmit it in your field. So if someone's not in a physical body, they can receive the vibrational energy of that substance. That's my dad comes around when he wants to drink a beer. I always keep a couple bottles of Heineken 0.0 in the fridge because I don't drink. And when he comes around, he wants the sensation of a beer. He'll come around and I'll get an urge for beer. So I know it's my dad. So I'll crack up one of those Heinekens, and he feels satiated, experiencing the energy of me drinking a beer, which is really funny. I got time for one more question on TikTok, and I'll take one more TikTok, and I'll take one more question. Hi, Carol. I don't know what question to ask because they've got too many. I will take what you receive for me. I am an artist. Yeah, I'm being told to tell you, you have to you need to let your art be dominated by your love, not your political or social leanings. That's what they're telling me. Just let your art be dominated by your love, not your political or social leanings, but let it be dominated by your love. Wow, you're going to create very different artwork when you do this. Ask yourself that question the next time you're painting. What does love want to paint? What does love want to paint? But they're saying stay away from social and political leanings in your artwork. You get reconnected to love. I really like that. That's really cool. Question. Can you please ask my spiritual guides if my family is going to be together again? They're telling me that's not going to happen in the way that you're desiring it to be. It is possible that it will happen in the way that is right if you are willing. If you are willing to rebuild your mind to reflect the love that you wish to see with them, what you wish to experience, you must build in yourself. And they're telling me to tell you to surrender your desperation, surrender your fear, your desperation. Your desperation is actually keeping the distance further, right? Put your desperation aside. Like literally put that sensation of, oh my God, are we going to be together? Put that aside and just say, I bless them all. I love them all. That should be your mantra. I bless them all. I love them all. Let that, anytime you think of any of your family members, I bless them all. I love them all. Let that be your mantra. Anytime a thought from about any of your family members comes to you, I bless them all. I love them all. And do the same thing for yourself. I bless myself. I love myself. But that should be your mantra when it comes to your family. I bless them all. I love them all. and you'll start to feel a change in your energy. And then when the changes start to happen, because when you change your energy, things around you will start to change. And then you can come onto my YouTube channel and write a comment about the change you experience. It should start happening in about 7 days. I bless them all. I love them all. Let that be your mantra. And I'm really excited that everybody came out today. And for those of you that are new to the channel, please remember to like, subscribe, follow, share this information. Give the video a thumbs up if you're on YouTube. Subscribe, whatever you can do to share this information. More importantly, share this information with other people. Because humanity did not come here to suffer. We came here to create. And we've gotten lost. As a species, we've gotten lost. I want to thank the Galactic Federation for being present with us today, and the Ascended, and the Divine Collective. And I want to wish you all much, much love, and have yourselves a wonderful and joyful day. And I will see you guys on Monday on Shortcuts Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Bye for now, everybody, and thank you for your questions, your concerns, and your support. For those that want to support this channel further, you go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. All the links to my groups, the other parts, things I'm involved in, are below any one of my videos on my YouTube channel. So thank you, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Much love to every one of you. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day. Bye.